Do you ever feel overwhelmed, stressed, or feel as though you overthink a lot of situations with many thoughts and emotions swirling through your head? Then a few moments later, you go on the internet to try to figure out how to deal with these problems, and a common advice that pops up is someone telling you to journal. I'm that someone. So in this video, we're going to talk about why you should journal, how you should journal, and the amazing life-changing benefits that journaling has that I'm going to list right here. So without further ado, I'm not going to waste your time. Let's get started. First, I'm going to start off by telling you that journaling has multiple mental and physical health benefits to you. And after letting you know that, it only makes sense for me to tell you why I even started journaling in the first place. So I've been journaling on and off for about 3 years now. The reason why I started journaling was because there was like problems going on in my life, ranging from like finance to heartbreak in terms of like relationships and stuff, or if there was anything I was confused on, like leaving a potential job that I knew was bad for me but contemplating whether or not I should stay. Journaling helped with giving me that clarity to take concise steps for the choices I was gonna later on make and the direction my life was gonna go in. I'm not gonna lie, I used to think journaling was gay as shit. Anytime someone would mention getting a journal or anything like that, I'd be like, bro, that's girly as f. Only girls do that shit. To keep their personal diaries, write about their crushes and stuff. I never cared for it, but that was only due to my own ignorance and lack of knowledge to the power that journaling has. And by the time I put my ego to the side, I grabbed a pen and paper and just began writing away for the next 10 to 20 minutes. And one key thing about journaling is that it calms your mind. So when you're writing for such a long period of time, well, 10 to 20 minutes isn't really that long, but once you actually get into the flow of writing every single thought that's in your mind, you'll notice that you're gonna be in a more calm state of mind where your mind's like not all over the place. You don't focus on all types of irrelevant things, and it helps bring focus into the main important things in your life. So like all that mental fog from your day-to-day life gets fixed and cleared up through the act of journaling. And bro, I'll also let you know it's probably one of like the biggest catalysts to you dealing with problems in your life or even achieving your goals. Now we move on to how do you journal. So I'm gonna let you know there's no right or wrong way to journal. Literally grab a pen. I got a lead pencil right here. Paper, like a notebook, right? And to get you started, because a lot of people ask this question like, oh, I don't even know what to journal about. I don't even know how to start. Just do what I did. This is how I started off. What I started off doing was gratitude journaling. So basically what happens when you gratitude journal is you start to become more grateful for like the smallest things in life. So for example, I'm grateful for this mic. I'm grateful for this chair I'm sitting my ass in. I'm grateful for this notebook. I'm grateful for my mom, my sister, my dad. Those are examples of things you could be grateful for and write down, because half the time I notice about people, we tend to fixate on things we don't have and we tend to overlook the things we do have and that we should be appreciative of. Like how many times have you really told your parents or somebody around you, like your friends, that you're grateful for them? You rarely ever see that nowadays. So again, to do this, write down things you're grateful for and actually do this. Like pause the video, write like 3 to 4 things you're grateful for. I also want to mention I'm grateful for this phone I'm recording on, and I'm grateful for you guys as well. Another thing I'm grateful for is this water bottle. I'm grateful for the nature outside with the trees, the sky, the birds, nature as a whole. But I think you get the point. And eventually when you keep getting into the habit of that, you'll notice that you even become more grateful for even like the bad things that happen to you, which I know sounds weird and it's like, why would I be grateful for bad stuff? Just hear me out. Because everything that happens to you is like the prerequisite that builds up your character. So you could be like, I'm grateful for the trauma I had. I'm grateful for heartbreak. I'm grateful for certain things happening in my life, and not being more so like resentful of it and then going on a villain arc, because you don't want to do that. That's never helped out anybody. It becomes more empowering to know that you're not resentful or hateful or let these things that transpired in your life control it. You know what I mean? And once you're actually able to have this level of gratitude where like you're even grateful for the bad things in your life, that's a huge sign of growth right there. But after you do that, you're gonna move on to the next step, and that's deep journaling. So basically what deep journaling is basically like being more introspective and I guess knowing or finding yourself and all that shit, including the uncomfortable parts of yourself that you would suppress and like not show off to others. And when you're deep journaling, it helps you tap into the uncomfortable parts of yourself you might have viewed as uncomfortable, or you might have suppressed or not wanted to show to others. Like it shows you the real you, your real thoughts, your real emotions. And now you're probably asking me, but Noah, how do I do it? So it's a little harder to do compared to gratitude journaling, because gratitude journaling, you're just like, I'm grateful for X, I'm grateful for Y, I'm grateful for these things. And I'm gonna tell you what most productivity junkies will tell you, and it's the fact that you need a system for this in order to get into the flow of deep journaling. And if you can, I advise you to follow along just to see what I do and pick out and see which ones resonate with you or is the most relevant to you. So I'm a pretty simple guy. All I really do to get myself ready is I'll play like lo-fi music, like, you know, that chill, calm, like, feel me? I'll play that type of music in the background as I just process all my thoughts and stare outside my window like a main character ready to save the world. Sorry guys, I suffer from main character syndrome. I'm playing. This helps me get into the flow of what topics are in my mind and need to be addressed on paper. But the problem I notice with a lot of people is that they'll have this one thought that needs to be addressed or tackled. But the problem is we're so distracted by our day-to-day lives. Like, for example, some of you have work, school, and then other times you're scrolling on social media to the point to where that lingering thought doesn't have the proper time and attention needed for it. So I'll tell you a quick story just so it makes more sense. So this is back when I was trying to figure out how to cut off friends that I didn't really know how to go about because they were on the path of degeneracy, and I was really trying to steer away from that. And I didn't know how to go about it because my perception of friendships was insanely warped. Like, I had like no standards for myself or the people around me. So what ended up happening is I sat down for a long time discussing this uncomfortable discussion with myself about my views on friendship and not really taking the time to really try to like get to know myself. Long story short, since this video is already getting longer than it needs to be, I eventually gained the clarity in order to take action steps to cut off these people and become a better person myself and be able to have the ability to tract better. And bro, the amount of mental weight that was lifted off of me was crazy. Now, of course, I was feeling lonely for a bit and considered going back from time to time, but then instead of like thinking about the redeeming qualities these people had, I was like, I know why I left in the first place. So by documenting why I left, it was like a constant reminder to me to like not go back. The bad, like the reason why I left, far outweighed the good. You feel what I'm saying? And that wouldn't have been a clear decision to make had I not journaled. And that's one of the great things about journaling too, bro. It makes you super introspective and also real with yourself. That a lot of people don't like to do or acknowledge. Instead, they just let their day-to-day life or whatever problem that comes about in their life affect them. But I digress. And now that you realize the benefits, because at this point, I think I talked your ear off for too long, right? Another question you're likely to have is which is better, doing it on notebook or doing it on device? So the answer I'll give you is that you could try either or, but here's the thing. In my opinion, I believe notebook to pen is far superior because what happens is it forces you to think a little bit more, which enables you to have not only better organization, but also a deeper reflection on yourself that you can't really get from like typing or just doing it on a cellular device. So yeah, paper to pen is definitely the way to go. And I want to say this before I close off the video. I attribute most of my big decisions to journaling. And what I mean by that is the fact that like when I was making the decision to revamp the channel into a more self-improvement, holistic self-improvement type of channel, that was a decision I couldn't have made by just thinking about it had I not journaled it. And you guys probably wouldn't even be seeing this video, assuming you made it this far. If you made it this far, then you're actually a G. You feel what I'm saying? So if I had to start journaling, I don't think you guys would have seen the channel as it is now, or at all, really. So yeah, start journaling and see how your life changes for the better. Keep improving. And also, if you found value from this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe since it does help this video get pushed out into the algorithm for someone who needs to see this. I'm gonna see you guys. Peace.